It all starts with being curious and not being scared. On the 27th of December 1831, a 22-year young biologist set sail aboard the ship of the MHS Beagle on a cartographical mission to the Pacific Ocean. What nobody could know that day was that this journey would not only change the perspective of one man, but of mankind. His name, Charles Darwin. His journey, 5 years. His discovery, evolution. Now what happened when he came back? Nothing. He didn't go public for almost 25 years. Why? Because he knew he would shake his contemporaries to the core. Which was funny, because he wasn't the only one researching on that matter. Wallace, Lamarck, Huxley, there was a bunch of absolutely outstanding scientists trying to understand what's behind all this. But Darwin, he had proof. He extracted the right theory from the facts provided by nature. He found the evolutionary algorithm. And by publishing The Origin of Species in 1859, he revealed it to the world. Variation, selection, reproduction. 150 years later, we know pretty well what this little guy is capable of over the course of millions of years. What astonishing broad variety of behavioral pattern it brought up. Usage of tools, be it sticks and stones or aircrafts or Snapchat. What strong capabilities, ideas of what's wrong, what's right, implicit or explicit, morals, conventions, an idea of self, even the connection to something higher. But we get back to the more sophisticated outcomes of evolution in a moment. Let's stick with the tools for a moment. I'm pretty sure almost everybody around got to notice that throughout the last 2 years or so, there's a new tool in town. New tool called AI. Though almost no one can really explain how AI works, almost everybody seems to be super excited in using it, and thanks to Sam Altman and OpenAI, we witness the fastest adoption rate ever recorded. But if you think I'm going to bring up the downsides and the risks at that point, no, I'm not going to go down that road. But one problem there is. AI is not a tool. Why? Let's have a look at another algorithm developed and published last year. There is a bunch that you can go for. I chose to go for the ADAS, the automated design of agentic systems. So in terms of brevity and reduced complexity, let's have a shortcut to what this guy does. Basically, creates an environment, selects a bunch of algorithms, or agents in this case, throws them in there, looks and measures how they get along, measures the functions, measures the outcome, sticks to the good stuff, and gets rid of the rest. Does that sound familiar? Right. Because that is the silicon-based version of the carbon-based evolutionary algorithm. And what they both have in common is not only do they produce intelligence, over the course of time, they have entities as an outcome. And over even more time, they both breed species. We've started the silicon-based algorithm. And let me tell you this, it doesn't have a stop button. We're way past that point. So, a new species is about to arrive on this planet. This is my favorite movie of all time. We've been to the moon. I mean, not me personally, but people in the room have been to the moon. We always thought we meet the aliens somewhere else. No. They're going to meet us right here. But let that sink in for a moment. A new species is arriving on this planet in about 5 years. What a challenge. What a chance. To be honest, when I first got an idea of what that really means, it scared it scared me. But my entire life, I followed what was said earlier. Mara said something like, don't be fearful. And that's what I always did. So whenever there is fear, when you feel scared, then there's the way to go. So I thought, okay, let's look at the chances that AI brings. So, and this is exactly what I think is how we should look at it. I said we're going to come back to the more sophisticated parts of the evolutionary algorithm in a moment, since we're not going to be alone on this planet for long. The question now is, how do we look at this new species? To have an idea of, okay, where are we and where are they, in a way, I chose to go for an ordering model. You can choose a bunch of them. I chose to go for the neurological levels just for their holistic qualities. So let's see. Where are we now? We've been through all this as mankind when it comes to capabilities, developing beliefs, identity, purpose even. And I think we are still struggling on our way with that. Whereas AI right now, where machines right now, they are like somewhere here, they are able to show astonishing behavior and really, really outstanding capabilities. I'm running an AI company in Europe on data infrastructure and AI analysis in the fields of financial sector and real estate analysis. And I can tell you where a human expert is doing or running an analysis of one part of, say, residential property, and it takes the human expert about 5 hours. Our AI models, it takes them 1 second. That's times 18,000. So it's totally understandable why everybody is curious in using it. And just as Belonius pointed out earlier, look at the chances. I'm working in the area of carbon neutral urban development for more than 10 years now. And sorry, we suck at it. Sorry to put it that way here. But here's the chance. We can speed up here. So here are the chances. And this is the way that lies ahead of us. Let me tell you a story from earlier this year. I was at the World Economic Forum and I was attending a small room just like this with a bunch of CEOs, and Mark Benioff, the Salesforce CEO, had an interview held by the magnificent Ina Fried, and they were talking and he was giving an idea, he was sharing the insights from what is Salesforce doing right now. Say, okay, we are integrating agents into our workforce. So we are setting up welcome tables for them, we are having welcome coffees, we have welcoming sessions with them and the human employees. And one of the other CEOs in the room asked, like, Mark, why the heck are you doing that? And I thought, okay, that's going to get brilliant now. And Mark looked at him and said, we want our human employees to accept the agents as just normal team members as everybody else. And he looked at us and said, you're probably the last line of CEOs who only led humans. From now on, you're gonna lead mixed teams. You're gonna lead AI entities as well. And what was he doing? He was working with the human employees somewhere up here in terms of beliefs, mindset, culture. And I thought, Mark, you definitely got the gist of culture eats strategy for breakfast. That's exactly what he was doing. He changed the culture in the company to make them ready to work together. Working together is the one thing. Everybody talks about AI developing identity, maybe purpose even. I think that's not going far enough. There's one step further ahead. And this is a question of belonging. And this is a question that is directed at all of us, because that is an open question of how. And this how between our species and the other species had not yet been begun to be debated. And it's the one debate of our time. This is a question that is not about the technical issues. This is about culture. This goes deeper. This is about belonging. Because this is about how? How do we want the human mind and the biological body and the digital mind and the machine body, how do we want those two species belong together on this planet? And this is something I think we should start talk about now, because this is the time for it. And the wonderful thing is, in there lays one of the greatest chances, because it opens us the opportunity to redefine of how we are and how we live. And the nicest thing is, it in itself carries one core question. And that is the question that is linking the days of Charles Darwin in history and today. What it means to be human. Thanks so much for having me.